Why the UK economy is collapsing. One of the most recognizable and admired nations in the world is the United Kingdom. It has been at the forefront of history for ages, and its politics are still some of the most hotly contested in the world. As most of us have done, it is simple to amuse that it will always exist, but it's plausible that the UK is nearing its end due to a variety of incredibly complicated causes. 1. Saving crisis is imminent. According to a survey issued today, with a third world of UK employees saving less than £50 per month and 1 in 5 not saving anything at all, we may be facing a savings crisis. According to the 2017 Lifetime Savings Challenge report, a lot of people are battling to make it through the month on their present income, with many of them on the verge of becoming bankrupt. More than 10% of UK residents admit to having poor money management skills. According to our research, 1 in 4 Americans have no savings. Highly monthly expenses and attempts to pay off significant debt before saving money frequently come up as the major causes. 2. Brexit closes markets for the UK. According to the OECD, tariffs on imports and exports between the EU and UK might destroy tens of billions of pounds in economic growth. A hard Brexit or no deal might stifle important trade channels, causing a decline in corporate investment and make it more difficult to fund our current account deficit. In addition, increased price pressures will stifle private consumption, putting the economy into a tailspin. The UK government's own Brexit analyst, which was leaked in January 2018, predicted that depending on the Brexit scenario, UK economic growth will be slowed by 2 to 8% for at least 15 years after Brexit. 3. Not as much money as we had anticipated. The Office of National Statistics, ONS, has revealed shocking data that indicates Britain is £490 billion poorer than previously believed. From a surplus of £469 billion to a net deficit of £22 billion, Britain's stock wealth has decreased. Theresa May's government is making an effort to make progress in a vital phase of the Brexit decisions. But the UK has completely lost its reserve of foreign assets and is actually in a much more precarious deficit. The government will inevitably receive lower taxes revenues during a recession, less VAT and income tax, and will have to spend more on benefits, more unemployment benefits, for example. This leads to a cynical increase in debt. During a recession, increased government borrowing can help create fiscal stimulus to encourage economic recovery. The government is increasing demand in the economy by borrowing money and then spending it, which may assist to lower unemployment. 4. Nations' customers are suffering from inflation. A weak pound is anticipated to keep driving up inflation, which this week reached a 5-year high of 3%. Given that lower-income households spent disproportionately more on necessary non-food products and food than higher-income families do, they are likely to have been hurt hardest by price increases since Brexit. These families' struggles with inflation are likely to choke down the flow of money across the economy. The predicted increase in mortgage lending is at 3.8% this year and 3.3% in 2023, as the markets gradually recover to the pre-pandemic economic conditions. Net bank lending to UK firms is anticipated to rise by 2.8% in 2022 and 3.3% in 2023. People are finding it more and more difficult to meet their necessities as the cost of living rises. The burden of high cost of living has forced UK individuals along the path of taking on debt. Due to this, the demand for loans and credit lines has climbed rather than falling by 12% between 2020 and 21 due to the epidemic. 5. A hike in interest rates could push us over the brink. A hike in interest rates will result in higher interest rates on the national debt. Currently, the UK pays about £230 billion a year toward its national debt. Government interest payments become more expensive with interest rates rise. An increase in interest rates on mortgages. The fact the interest payments on variable mortgages will rise is related to the first point. Consumer spending will be significantly impacted by this. This is due to the fact that an increase in interest rates of just 0.5% can raise a monthly payment of a mortgage of £100,000 by £60. The effect on personal discretionary income is enormous.